Okay. Okay. Good day to everyone. Thank you for coming. Again, today is July 30th, Tuesday. And as usual, please take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading is in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future. The content of this webinar is mainly educational purpose, and use your information as, of course, at your own risk. The user has to use it entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of all trades before you put in your trade. Ground rules, please take note. Okay, respect fellow attendees and the presenter. Mute your mic when presenter is speaking. Okay, the reason why we are doing this is because we want it to be as interactive as possible, and we want to make sure that this time is fully utilized, because this is only going to be like 1 hour a day. And please ask questions related to market or any markets you feel you want to discuss. We will be sharing our views, and of course we will be it is worthwhile considering and trying it out. Okay, and of course use the chat feature to ask questions. Okay, whenever, if you feel you want to ask about any market or you want to discuss about any market, please go into the chat and address to everyone so everyone can look at your questions, and also ask questions related to trading. And for those people who are logging in from YouTube, okay, my sincere apologies. You won't be able to ask questions. The only way you want to be close to us and you want to ask questions is, of course, you have to register with us and log in on WebEx. Okay, why Precise Trader? Okay, this is like we have about 30 years of experience, and in fact, next year is going to be our 30th anniversary. Okay, and our system is very unique. Okay, the trading system is very unique, and you can decide to trade any instruments, okay, whatever we are providing service, without looking at the chart. Okay, meaning the system would highlight to you. Okay, the system would highlight to you what tool to use. What can be trade, all the W's. That means what to trade, when to trade, why trade, all the W's. It gives you an answer. And our system also has got a zone price alerts, whereby the system would alert you. Okay, the alert you, that means it will tell you, uh, it's just like an alarm. It sets you an alarm, then it will tell you, okay, there is some opportunity, do something. Okay, and also the most powerful tool in our system is called dashboard. Okay, that gives you an entry, exit, and stop loss. Okay, what I'll be doing is, of course, I'll be sharing you the dashboard. I will be discussing on the best opportunity that you can trade as of now, which is the best market to be traded. And I'll be showing you the examples. And of course, if you are interested in any market, we can also discuss on the instruments which you are interested. Okay, the another tool which we use is a trend map, and this would give you in minutes identify the trend on all different time frames. Okay, it gives you from 15 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, daily, weekly, monthly, so on and so forth. Okay, and also there's another tool which we use is called PT zones. Okay, this also gives you a bird's eye view of all the markets, what we are focusing on, and also it gives you an a highlight. Meaning, see, being a trader, okay, on for like so many years, okay, I do understand the problem and difficulty in taking decisions, especially when you look at the chart. Okay, this is very tempting, and you would be getting emotionally tied down, and you'll be tempted to take a trade, and that's where, like we go wrong. So the reason why we do it the other way around, meaning the system would tell you, okay, what to do, what to trade and all, then eventually you look at the chart, and of course, if it's convincing, and if the system and the chart tallies, and that's how we take in the trade, and our probability of that success rate is quite high. And we do get a lot of opportunities. Okay, we do get a lot of opportunities. And there's another tool we call the strongest and weakest. Okay, that would also tell you which cross to trade, and what is the best to trade and how to go about. And we also provide live signals. Okay, we have 5 types of signals. It's called scalping, excuse me, day, news, momentum, and swing. And just want to share with you. I mean, we just noted that all these five signals. In fact, tomorrow is the last day of the month, and we have so far we have generated close to about 2,960 pips. That means it's close to about 30% return. We are very proud and happy to say that okay, this is the first month we have started very serious on this, and we have generated close to about 30% on our based on our system. And of course, we do provide a strong back-end support. Okay, we also help you to take this as a career. Okay, meaning if you want to take this as a career, because there's a lot of difference between taking or trading for a living and trading part-time. Okay, meaning that means you have some other income and you do it as a part-time. So there's a lot of difference. So when you do as a full-time and when you do it as a career, then I think we need to approach in a different way, and we need to withdraw money regularly, and that's the only way how we can survive and we can stay in the long run. Okay, the products which we offer is Forex. Mainly, we concentrate on euro dollar, pound, dollar yen, dollar Swiss, Aussie, dollar CAD, New Zealand dollar, Sing dollars, and any one of these crosses against each other. So you name it, like for instance, like euro kiwi, euro yen, pound kiwi, whatever. We do provide the services, and our system can be used to take trades by looking at the system. Okay, and we also do trade on precious metals like gold and silver. Of course, our main focus would be on gold. And we also trade on futures like mini Dow, Nasdaq, mini S&P, Russell, DAX, and so on and so forth. And of course, we do also trade like Nikkei and Hang Seng and all. But of course, we are not providing this service, but we can still discuss, and if you're trading, we can still discuss, and we will be very happy to share our views. Okay, and also we trade on commodities like crude, natural gas, corn, wheat, and all those soft comms, right? And now we are going into live trading. Okay, always remember, okay, whenever we are going to trade, okay, whenever we are going to begin the trade, okay, we need to have a starting point. Okay, usually we have designed our system in such a way that we have 4 opportunities or 4 starting point every day. So, and how we have designed the system is it starts off with New Zealand opening, which is about Singapore time, about 5 a.m. in the morning, and every 6 hours it goes, meaning like every 6 hours. So we have 4 opportunities and we have 4 different time belts. And right now, okay, we are in the, in fact, 2 time belts is already finished. We are into the 3rd time belt whereby Euro has just started trading, and we look at as our a starting point, and we look at as a resetting time belt, right? So and the next thing always, I think if you want to be successful in this business, I think you need to uh, have a specific approach, okay, day in, day out, specific approach, and you need to have a specific plan, and you need to have a proper planning, and that's how you do it as a business. Okay, the data that's going to be out tonight. Okay, the important data is we have at 10 p.m. Singapore time, which is another 2 hours time. We have a confidence, which is a CB consumer confidence, and we have a jobs openings. So if the data, okay, if the data comes out to be bad, okay, we expect dollar weakness. If the data comes out to be good, then we expect the dollar strength. And if the data is same as expected, then we may get a range trading, or it is going to be in a very range trading, and it will be in a very congestion mode. Okay, so these are the things we can look forward. Okay, and since today is not a news trading, okay, because I think this Friday we are doing a news trading. We are going to trade during non-farm payroll. So if you are interested, and if you have any of your friends who are interested, we are going to trade during non-farm payroll. So you can look forward to this Friday, and you can come and trade with us. Okay, now, so these are the datas out. So so for the next 2 hours, of course, this market is going to be in a very quiet and choppy session until this data is out, unless there is a breakout. Okay, the next thing we do is we start off the day by looking at our tools. Okay, I'm going to share with you the tools which we are going to use. Okay, let me share the thing. Okay, so the tools which we are going to use, okay, mainly, like as I told you, we will be looking at, sorry, yeah. So the main tools which we will be using is the trend map, the PT zones, and the dashboard. Then finally the chart. Okay, finally the chart. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, right now, remember I told you just now we have the strongest and weakest. Okay, we have the strongest and weakest, and this tool will tell you what would be the best cross to trade for this time belt. Okay, this will tell you 6 hours, 12 hours, and daily. Okay, daily. Okay, in fact, we have dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen has been, I think today there was a breakout on the dollar yen, which we expected. So the dollar yen has has seen a break. So when we put our cursor here on the right, it will tell you which is the best cross to trade on the dollar yen. So we can trade euro yen, Swiss yen, pound yen, and dollar yen. So any one of these four crosses. So this would help you to choose. Okay, on the other hand, we have euro New Zealand, pound New Zealand. So this will tell you that, in fact, that means the New Zealand dollar is getting strength, and the euro and the pound, is in the selling mode. We can trade this. So this would be another guidance which we can use straight away to decide. So next is, okay, since we are going to trade on the yen crosses, and euro yen and pound yen. So this is the system tells you. Of course, we are going to get it evaluated or validated to see whether the trend map and the dashboard and the PT zones gives you the same answer or the same call. Okay, now we look at this. Okay, this is a very straightforward, simple tool, which is all moving on live prices. And whenever the market starts to move, you tend to get a change. Okay, this is all live feeds. And we have on the left all the crosses. We have on the top all the time bells, which is like 15, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, daily, weekly, monthly, so on and so forth. And zero means current time belt. -1 means the previous one. -2 means the previous, so on and so forth. So right now we are looking at, so zero, if you look at like daily, dollar yen zero is highlighted. Okay, that means this is telling you that we got to buy dollar yen. Okay, and the rest of the time belt, it tells you white. White means is flat. So the next immediate time belt is, what is telling you is we should be looking to buy dollar yen, and we should be looking to buy on the 4-hour chart low, or the 2-hour chart -4 low. So that would be our comfortable level of entry. So if you can buy, that would, we call it a best, we call it a best entry to trade. So the clue it gives you is, I should be looking to buy dollar yen, and I should be looking to buy near the 4-hour low. Okay, that would be my best entry to look at. And I should ensure that if I'm an aggressive trader, okay, call yourself whether are you an aggressive trader or whether are you a conservative trader. Conservative trader, you try to get in a small profit and hit and run and get out. Aggressive trader means you don't mind risking and you don't mind waiting, and you may get a bigger profits or bigger returns. So ask yourself whether are you a conservative trader or are you a aggressive trader. If you are an aggressive trader, wait for the breakout and give much longer time. If you are a conservative trader, then you don't wait for the breakout and you try to close your trade within the levels, right? So we are going to buy dollar yen. Okay, we are going to buy dollar yen, and especially if you look at the yen crosses, this would also give you what are the crosses we can trade. So in fact, you can buy against all the crosses, yen crosses, like euro yen buy, pound yen buy, Swiss yen buy, because all this except Aussie yen. Okay, Aussie yen we don't touch because this is flat. So it will tell you that we can buy all the crosses except Aussie yen. So this is the first tool which I use. So please take a piece of paper and pen and write it down. So like we are going to buy dollar yen and we are not going to trade Aussie yen. We are going to trade any other crosses. And if you are a conservative trader, okay, you try to exit. So I'll be giving you a call. Okay, if you're a conservative trader, you do this. If you're an aggressive trader, you do this, then you see and test it out and ask yourself how is the field and how is the market goes, how did the market respond. Okay, the next tool we are going to use, we call it a PT zones forex. Okay, this is it also gives you a bird's eye view, and this will tell you the levels where is trading now. That means this R1 means it's trading at resistance level zone 1, R3 means it's resistance zone 3, and R4 means resistance zone 4. So all this, see, ours is a very unique system, right? Ours is a very unique system. Maybe first time you look at it, it may be a bit confusing, but once you learn, I tell you, you can enjoy the flow and you can enjoy this game, and you will simply love it because it is so easy and so simple to use it. So now when I look at this, okay, the same thing. We have a 360, which is a 6-hour chart, daily, weekly. All these are current data, and all these are -1. That means minus 360 the previous day, previous week, previous month. So the dollar yen, this is telling you that we should be a buyer. So early on, the trend map tells me that we got to be a buyer on the dollar yen. Now your PT zones is also telling you that we got to be a buyer on the dollar yen, and we are telling you that 6 hour chart we got to be a buyer, daily we got to be a buyer. So overall is buying. So the same thing if I put on the yen crosses, okay, this would also tell you the same answer. So this also tells you, okay, you got to buy. But of course, now it says that Swiss yen is moving. So probably Swiss yen would be the first one to look at. So now we have an answer. We are going to buy dollar yen. And remember, I said we don't want to trade Aussie yen, and we are looking to Swiss yen to trade. Of course, other crosses I will be slowly giving you an answer. Okay, the final tool we use is the most powerful tool is the dashboard. Okay, this dashboard also similarly it tells you different time frame. That means we use a 6-hour chart, 12 hours, daily, weekly, monthly, so forth. And we always start the game by looking at the daily. So the daily would tell you, see, very simple. You see, because we are playing the game with numbers. Okay, this is we call it a price level principle, and it's very easy to use if you really understand how it works and why we are doing it. And remember, I did tell you that we are in the business for 30 over years, and we have known what are the difficulties in being a trading, especially when you look at the chart. Okay, now we look at dollar yen. Okay, rule of thumb. Okay, what we do is we try to compare the previous high and low, and we try to see where the market is trading now. Then we decide our entry, exit, stop loss. Okay, remember all these answers are given from here, your entry, exit, stop loss. And we also have a different type of entries. Okay, we call it first entry, we call it a best entry, we call it an add-on entry, we call it a re-entry. So that means, what are all these entries? Meaning, see, our comfortable level of entry. See, because trading is not that easy as people think. But on the other hand, if you do it with proper risk reward, proper management, and proper plan, I think this would be fantastic, and you can really do it day in day out, and you can plan for your retirement. Okay, now the thing is, now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my entry, exit, stop loss, and I'm going to tell you my first entry, best entry. Remember, because the reason is the first entry is always a risky trade, but sometimes we must do it with a calculated risk, and we got to do it with confidence, without emotions playing into the game, right? So now I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, right now the market is trading at 54.85. Okay, what you see here, this is the current price. Okay, and what is telling you is, okay, the market is already into the buying zone. Okay, the gray area means this is going to be, all these are entry levels, and this is are going to be a support, a resistance level. So this market is already into the buying zone. So I don't want to think about selling until the market breaks below 15435 or 154 figure. So the answer I've given you, that means I'm not a seller. Okay, I'm not a seller. Okay, so that is going to put you all your bad trades. Okay, the next thing is, I am only a buyer. Okay, now, okay, take note. If you are a conservative trader, your exit must be before 15525, which is current high. Okay, this is your exit for your current high, and you got to make sure that 15495 breaks, then only you can see this price. Otherwise, this market is going to be in a range. Okay, I repeat, I'm a buyer. So if I'm a conservative trader, I got to monitor the weather to see that 154.95 breaks. If it breaks, then I would exit before 155.25. Okay, take down all these figures. Later, I'll give you the exact entry, exit, stop loss. Okay, then you can trade with ease, right? So now, the next thing what I'll be doing is, okay, the first answer is I've already called. I told myself I'm a buyer. I'm not a seller. The next thing is, I, if I'm a conservative trader, I will exit before 15525. Okay, if I'm an aggressive trader, I'll see whether that 15525 and 15495 breaks, then I will exit with a higher target. Okay, this is the next thing. Okay, now I've already given you a target. Always do the same way. That means you do your risk reward. That means how much you would be getting, then what is your stop loss, then finally you go into your entry. So that would put you all your bad trades. That means, it will control all your emotions. That will control all your emotions, and that will put you all your bad trades. So the next thing I need to know is, where do I put my stop loss? So the answer for that, okay, today's low, is 15360. Okay, so I I got to put it before, but the thing is, right now the market is trading at 154.85. So it's 120 pips away, so definitely is out. So I got to put a narrower stop loss. So the narrower stop loss would be the benchmark level. We call it a benchmark level, is the previous high, which is 15435 and 1544. So I will eliminate one by one. That means Okay, I got to put a higher level. So as of now, I decide to put my stop at 154.30. Okay, so now I have 50 pips risk. Okay, now I have 50 pips risk, and I have a reward of 10 to 30 to 40 pips. Okay, which is worth considering. Of course, if it breaks higher, then I may get bigger profits. So I may want to hold the trade. Okay. The next thing is, of course, before you decide on the buying itself, okay, we have to do a quick check. Okay, how is the market moving from yesterday and today? So if you see yesterday, this is your minus 2. Okay, this is minus 1 high and low, and this is your minus 2 high and low, which is your minus 2 is making the low is 15325 and 15475. And yesterday was made a lower low and within range. So that means yesterday was a range trading, and today was broke the minus 2 high. See, can you see the price flow? I'm just looking at the high, I'm looking at the low, and I'm seeing the price action. That means I'm seeing how the market is moving. So I'm getting a clear indication what is happening, right? So now, if today, if the market is going strength, then it has to close higher. Of course, if it's a failure, then it's going to move it back into the range. And of course, the figures I'll take is the 154.30 as my benchmark level. That means I should not see the price going below that level, and I should see the price breaking 54.95 and 5525 if I see higher. Okay, now we are good to go. Okay, now you want to trade. Okay, now we are into the 360. Remember, our system is designed in such a way that every 6 hours the system resets, and the system would tell you your new entry, exit, and stop loss level. So I've more or less I've gathered all the informations. I told you I'm not a seller and I'm a buyer, and I must make sure that 5495 breaks and 5525 breaks, then I see higher. Okay, now I'm going to give you an answer. Okay, now you see here the 5525, now it becomes a critical high, means the critical resistance. So if it breaks, then you see 5525 is here, and we also see a resistance here. So if it breaks, then we may see 5560, 5585, and if 5585 breaks, then we may see 5620 or 55995 or even higher. Okay, so all these are target levels. Okay, remember now the market is trading at 90. Okay, now, okay, I'm going to give you a narrower stop and narrower entry and a narrower exit. So if you're a conservative trader, you exit before 154.90 or 15520. Okay, 5 pips lower. Okay, lower, so that you want to exit your price target. So your entry would be, I would want to entry buy at 154.60 or 35. Okay, these are my two entry points. So this would be my first entry, 5460, and my best entry would be 154.35 or maybe 40. So I want to put 5 pips higher, so I want to get into the trade. So I'll put, and my stop loss I put at 153.95. Okay, now I give you an answer. Okay, if you're a conservative trader, you buy at 5460, put your stop at 5430, and exit at 5490 or 5510. If you're an aggressive trader, you buy one lot at 5460, put your stop below 5395, and you see whether this high breaks. Then if you're prepared to fight for the break, then in fact tonight's data, if the data is good, the break would happen. Okay, that clue also I'm telling you now. If the data is good, which is going to support the dollar, the breakout might happen, it might move higher. But on the other hand, if the data comes out to be bad or soften, then it is going to be in a range trade. So you can tell yourself where you want to position yourself. Okay, so one is, if you are a conservative trader, then you do a range play, and you don't want to fight for the data. You may want to close before the data is out, or if you get your exit points. On the other hand, if you are an aggressive trader, you may want to fight for the data, and if you see the data is good, then you may want to do that. Okay, so now I'm giving you two calls based on this. One is, I'm a buyer at 54.60, stop at 54.30, exit 54.90 or 55.10. Okay, this is my first call. The second call is, I'm a buyer, maybe a half lot or one lot at this. I put my stop below 53.95 and exit at 55.15 or even higher. But definitely I want to exit before 155.80. I'm not expecting beyond 155.80 or 155.60 for today. So this is my exit if I'm an aggressive trader. Okay, now what we are going to do finally is, okay, we have already gathered all the informations. Okay, now we just want to tally it with the chart. Then I give you a trade whereby you can put it in, right? So now you look at, let me see. Okay, so now you look at dollar yen. What the chart is telling me is, okay, now the market, this is in a correction down on the daily, and right now it is in a congestion which is on the daily, and the hourly is turning up. Okay, to know whatever we are doing. Okay, there's one more thing is, we also publish our report, and you can look at the report and you can tally it. That means what we are saying, whether it is happening or not. Later I'll be showing that report also to see and how to evaluate this. Okay, now what we have seen is, we have seen a correction down, and now we are seeing a congestion on the daily and turning up on the hourly. And if this turning up is confirmed, we should see the price testing 155.90 or 95. And if it tests, either it can break or it can fail before this level, right? So now if I go into a lower time frame, 15-minute, okay, I'm convinced, okay, my call is right, okay, I'm good to go, and you can even buy one now, because early on I remember I told you the system tell you to buy at 54.60. So if you noticed, okay, this is the low that happened. So by looking at the chart now, uh, uh, admin, I think you can take this trade as well. Okay, you try to enter buy at 154.95. Okay, 154.95. Put a stop below 154.55, and you wait for the break of this, and you try to close your trade at 155.45 or 155.60. And this call is mainly for aggressive traders. So that means, tonight the data might be good. Okay, even if the data comes out to be bad or soft, we may get uh, a pullback. But eventually, I think eventually market should close near the high, unless the data is really too strong or really, too weak than is expected, right? So this is a call. So I've given you a very clear way how we do things. That means we look at it stage by stage. We look at the trend map, we look at the PT zones, then we look at the dashboard, then finally we look into the chart, then we pull the trigger and we take the trade. So if you notice, we have a plan. That means we have a plan. Okay, what is our entry, exit, stop loss, and we just make sure that this goes according to the plan. And of course, if I'm wrong, then I would either close the trade early, or if I get stopped out, then I'll go for a re-entry. And that's how we do day in, day out. Okay, this is purely business, what we are talking about, and this is purely is a trade. We look at based on the system. Okay, so any questions? Okay, maybe I'll discuss one more market uh, uh, before we then. If you have any questions, please try under the chat so at least I can answer or address your questions. And if you have no questions, and if you have any market you want to discuss, you may want to also put it so at least I can share my view on the market which you are interested, right? So while we are waiting for the other one, like the same thing. Okay, what I can do is, remember I told you, while if you have any questions, I can answer. But while we are waiting for that, I can give you my entry exit stop loss for uh, the other crosses. Remember the Swiss yen, we had a Swiss yen, uh, we had all those yen crosses. Okay, so now I'll give you two more calls, okay, based on the system. We have, see right now, we have the euro yen. Okay, euro yen is trading in the buying zone. Okay, in fact, this is coming towards the selling zone. It's a bit weak on the euro yen. Pound yen is already into the selling zone. That means the market has already come in. But if let's say I'm planning to buy, then I would want to buy cheaper. That means I'll try to put it near further away. That means 19855 or 19830. So these are all buying levels. So let's talk about the Swiss yen. Okay, Swiss yen was strong just now, you see. So this is trading near the critical high, right? So if you, let's say you want to buy Swiss yen, I would be looking to buy near 17450. Okay, and my stop loss would be below 174. Okay, and I would wait for the price to see whether it breaks 74.90. Yeah, 74.90 is today's high. If it breaks, then I may see 157.30 and 157 half. And even 15715, there is a minor resistance. So I have all these three levels of uh, uh, exit point, right? So this is another call. Okay, now before we end the session, or can we discuss one more? Any one of you wants to ask any market? So at least I can tell you. So at least you know that. Okay, this is a. Before I forget, I wanted to show you the dollar yen report also. Okay, just let me just share with you. Then I'll give you one more call. Okay, let me. Okay, let me share the. Okay, if you scroll on our website, you should be able to. Just give me a minute. It's loading now. Okay, in fact, we have a daily insight. So this report was published, I think about almost like 10 hours back. So in fact, we tell you, okay, this is based on the PT zones, whatever I've been showing this example. Okay, PT zones was bullish on the hourly, trend map was bullish on the hourly, dashboard is range with an upside bias on the daily. So all this, so based on this, in fact, this is what our prediction this morning, when it was trading around 154, if I'm not mistaken. So this is expected to push higher towards 155, 40, 80, and 156, while above 153.60. and 154.40 and 154.75 has to break. So if this thing breaks, then today we can see the price moving. In fact, 154.95 also has to break. Okay, then we can see towards 155.40 and 155.80 on the daily. So overall, this move we expected this morning, and I think it is already responded, and it's already happened. So this is the happening for today. Okay, the next thing is, okay, while we before we end the session, okay, maybe we'll try to do spot gold. Then okay, maybe spot gold. I'll just read the report first. Then okay, spot gold. Okay, what we believe is spot gold is expected to be in a range, okay, between 2377 and 2397 until the break. Until the break of 97 half and 2401 half. If this thing breaks, then we can see 2409 half, 2413, 1722. But this 2391 half and 2393 half, this is a very critical level. And in fact, today's high was 2392 half. Okay, it didn't really break this level. So if this thing holds, we are expecting a quiet session within this level. And today is a range with a mixed bias on the daily. So that means today we are expecting a mixed bias. That means we are not very bullish or bearish, but it's going to be in a congestion. So this is we are expecting on the gold. Okay, now let's look at the gold, the trend map. Because sometimes that a lot of people are using the servers, and usually during US time the server here is a bit slow. Okay, let me see. Okay, just give me a minute. My apologies for the. Okay, so if you look at gold, see right now the 15-minute is telling you all red. So that means it's coming off. The 2 hours is -1 is red, and the 240, 360 is all the higher time is green. Then daily is flat. Weekly last week was down, now is flat. So it's all a lot of mixed signals. So that's what we were saying just now. It's all mixed signals. The near term, that means the hourly is down, and the daily, this may still hold. So this is the situation for gold on the trend map. And let's see what the PT zone says. Okay, PT zones tells you the similar thing. Your the previous 6 hour is already moved into the support area, and the current 360 is flat, and the daily is as seeing some support. So overall is really mixed. It's mixed. So coming back to this final the call based on the system. So if you look at on the daily, so right now it's trading at 83, so 86, sorry, 86.9, so 23869. So it's already into the buying zone, but it has not cleared the selling zone yet, which is a strong resistance at 94 half and 97 half. So How I'm going to trade this is, if it comes near 77, then I'll be a buyer, and if it goes near the high at 92, then I'm a seller. So this is how I play the game. That means I try to do a range play, try to sell near 92, and try to be a buyer near the low. But of course, if you want me to give you an exact levels, then I look at 360. So here, now right now it's already to the selling zone. So if I sell, I exit before 81, 80 half 81, then definitely below 91 half 94 is still a seller. So that means there is a strong resistance at 91 half and 94 half. So I think you can wholesale, and you can see 80 half, 80 half or 77, which is today's low, 77. If the 77 breaks, then it may go lower to 73 or 68. There is a strong support there. So this is the call for a gold, right? So before I end the session, so I just want to quickly run through the slides, and any questions? If you have any questions, you can type. Okay, just take note that the services we provide, okay, these are the 5 types of signals. Okay, we do a live trading webinar, means we are going to trade live with you. That means, we'll tell you how to take action in the event. If you're not, your trade doesn't go in your favor, and if it goes against you, then what are the things to be done? We are also recruiting traders. We are also conducting workshops for full-time traders. That means if you want to be a full-time trader, then you can sign up for our workshop. Then we also provide consultations for institutions, fund managers, and business owners. And you can trade live with me. We can trade together, and we also provide funding. We also have a tie-up with few companies, whereby if you can prove to them based on our system and our approach, then funding would be provided. And we also provide market insight on WhatsApp and Telegram, and trade managing updates. Daily trend report is also provided. And we also trade on news. Okay, this is not many people can do. Whenever there is a data announcement, we trade. And in fact, we are also doing this live on YouTube, which is what we are now. And we are going to trade a news trading, which is coming this Friday. Okay, this is we are going to trade on non-farm payroll. Okay, this is a huge data that's coming out this Friday, and we will be trading during this data announcement. Okay, if you are interested, okay, you can join us at the same time. If you feel that if you have any of your friends, who are full time on this, please bring them along, just to see and to share how things go about. Okay, with that, I conclude today's session, and thank you very much for coming, and looking forward to see you again. And I would want to have a more interactive session, please. At least try to make it more lively. Because see, this is a 1 hour session, and we take a lot of pride, and a lot of efforts is put in to have this session. And also want to tell you that next week, next Monday onwards, okay, we are planning to have it every day. So we are planning to have it every day on different timing. So if you are interested, please pass the messages to your colleagues or your friends, whoever in this business, and tag them along, and come in, and we can make a bigger and better trading group. Okay. With that, I conclude today's session. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you again this Friday. Okay. Till then, goodbye. Thanks.